yeah, this fuzzy boundary is sort of a strategic thing. The people who are going to cancel other people, they don't they don't tell you what you can and cannot say. And in fact, if you look at some of these like
Right.
nature things about what is the research,
Yes.
they don't really give any concrete, useful examples
Yeah.
that are hypothetical things people actually might
That's
publish.
a good point.
Because I don't think they want people to know.
Right.
They want people to, okay, well, maybe this is the zone. They want people to think the zone is this zone.
Right.
So no one even tries to penetrate the area. Um, and so yeah, you have these fuzzy boundaries, and it forces people to be really conservative. So take going back to the Al-Shabli paper again, I would not have predicted that something about a sex difference, even that favored men over women, that would cause that big of a shitstorm.
Right.
I wouldn't have predicted it. I would have been like, this is going to annoy people. But I certainly didn't think the pressure was going to be so great that the authors would retract their own paper.
Right.
Um,
Well, I think
uh,
one thing there, if I may add, and you can see what you think about this, but then get to your point, which is I think people, and this is actually almost sexist or at least exploiting a vulnerable person. I think people realized the first author was vulnerable, and that's why they swooped down like vultures for carrion. They smelled the faint blood in the air, and they were like, we can. Because some people might be like, F off. Like, I'm not retracting this. I stand by it. Let's argue. I think they knew this was not a person who was going to do that.
yeah, other people have made that claim that they essentially go for vulnerable people, and that seems reasonable to me. Like, why waste your time on someone like why waste your time on like Claire Lehman, for example? She's self-employed. What are you going to do? You might only help her if you go after her. um, but other people who are in more vulnerable positions, ECRs and untenured people, have a lot to lose.
Right.
Um, so that seems possibly true to me. Although, like tenured people get shit too. Amy Wax is at University of Pennsylvania, and
Yeah, but
she's
Amy Wax
taken
is
a lot of heat.
like,
Much more
yeah, I was
extreme,
going to
yeah.
say, like, she's putting on her I don't give a fuck sunglasses and just
It's true.
going for it. So that's a different, but yeah, that's the, so maybe a good comparison or what this is like, what you're saying is imagine there's this highway, but it has no speed limit on it. You can't, if you call the cops and you say, well, what's the speed limit? They won't even tell you.
So they
And
say, don't go too
right.
fast.
We might pull people who go too fast over and put them in jail. So
Hmm.
somebody tells you it's on Twitter, man's going 20 miles per hour, gets pulled over, gets a 10-year sentence. And you're just like, holy shit, if they did that to somebody who was only going 10 or whatever I said, I forget, 20. I think I said
20,
20.
I
Yeah.
think.
If they did that to somebody who was only going 20, imagine what they would do to me if I were going 50. Right. So
Right.
that's, yeah, that's an
Yeah,
interesting,
the randomness of the
yeah.
attacks and the inconsistency in what gets you in big trouble,
Hmm.
yeah, I think causes people to be more conservative than they would be
Right.
otherwise.